Gateway. I hope you people are doing great. So today in this tutorial we are going to discuss class 10 science syllabus, and we will be starting with the first chapter, chemical reactions and equation. This tutorial is specially for Karnataka board students as the as the syllabus which we are discussing from the NCERT textbook. These chapters are common for both CBSE as well as the state board students, but the other students can also watch this video, right? And this is the first chapter which we are going to start is for the session 2022 to 23. In this tutorial we are going to discuss all the important topics of the lesson. Then I will be providing you the notes also, and also at the last I will be giving you some homework which you have to reply back by doing a comment in the comment section. So let's start with our discussion. So before starting, I have a humble request from you all that please subscribe to my channel so that whenever I will be uploading a new video, you will get the notification for that by clicking on the bell icon. So don't forget to click on the bell icon so that whenever I will be uploading a video, you will get the notification for that. And on regular basis, I will be uploading the lessons, and from first chapter, that is chemical reaction equation, we are going to start today. So let's start our discussion. Okay, so let's have a quick look on the topics which we are going to discuss from the first chapter, chemical reactions and equations. So in the first section we will have a look on the introduction part. Next thing is that we have to read about chemical equation. In chemical equation, we have to read about the two subtopics: how to write a chemical equation and how to balance a chemical equation. Both the topics are important from our exam point of view. Next is type of chemical reactions. In types of chemical reaction, we have to read about 5 types of chemical equations: combination reaction, decomposition reaction, then displacement reaction, redox reaction, and one more is double displacement reaction. And at last we have to read about corrosion and rancidity. These are the two phenomena which we have to read. So overall this chapter is a short chapter, and also it's interesting also, and also it's easy, so that you can score very good marks in this chapter. Only thing is that you have a good idea about the formulas of the chemical compounds. If you have a good idea about the formulas of the chemical compound, you can write any chemical equation, and I will also teach you how to balance a chemical equation. So let's start with the first topic, that is introduction part. So before starting with our chapter chemical reaction equation, first of all we should know about the physical and the chemical changes. About physical and chemical changes you have already learned in 7th standard, right? So what are physical changes? Physical changes are those changes in which no new substances are formed. The identity of the substance will be the same. I means after the reaction, after the change also, the identity of the substance will not be lost. And in physical changes, no new substances are formed. For example, melting of ice. When ice cubes melt, it changes into water, but previously also it was water, and when it has melted, then also it's water. So its identity has not changed, and in that case we have not got any new substance, it is still water, right? So melting of ice is an example of physical change. Next is, what is chemical change? A chemical change is that change in which new substances are formed. For example, cooking. When we are cooking the food, the raw food is converted into a cooked food, so we are getting a new substance in that case. Conversion of milk to curd. Milk has changed into curd. In that also we have got a new substances, so that is a chemical change. Next, physical change is a temporary change, means it will occur for a short time. For example, melting of ice. Once the ice cubes has melted into water, again if we'll keep that water in the refrigerator, it will change into ice. So it is a temporary change. Next, chemical change is a permanent change. Once the iron has become rusted, means rusting process is going on in that iron, then it cannot be changed back into the original iron piece. Once it is converted into curd, we cannot get back the milk again. Okay. So chemical change is a permanent change, means once you have converted milk into curd, you cannot get back the milk again, right? So that is a chemical change. Once you have one piece of wood you have burnt, suppose one piece of wood you have burnt, can you get back that wood again? No, we cannot get back. So that is a permanent change. So few examples of physical changes: melting of ice, melting of wax. These are the examples of physical change. Next, Mm, for chemical change, we can write cooking food, rusting of iron, conversion of milk into curd. That are the those are the examples of chemical change. See, burning of a matchstick. This is also an example of chemical change. Melting of chocolate. That is also an example of physical change. Breaking of a pencil. So in this pencil, no new substance is formed. Pencil is still a pencil. Only thing is that it has been broken into two pieces. So it is a physical change. So I hope you all have understood what is the difference between physical and chemical change. Physical changes are those changes in which no new substances are formed and the identity of the substance remains the same. But in chemical change, always new substances are formed and identity of the substance is also changed. Next, we are going to start with the first experiment which is given in your textbook. That is activity number 1.1. In this, what we have to do, we have to take a magnesium ribbon. First thing is that we have to take a magnesium ribbon, then we have to clean it with the help of a sandpaper, and then with the help of tongs we have to hold that magnesium ribbon and we have to burn that in the burner, right? So when we will burn the magnesium ribbon, what will happen? Ash will be collected in the watch glass, and that ash is what is the name of the substance which we have got in this watch glass? That is magnesium oxide. So whenever magnesium ribbon is burnt in the presence of oxygen, we get a substance called magnesium oxide, and the color of the magnesium oxide is white in color, right? White in color. So what do we conclude from this activity? Whenever magnesium is burned in the presence of oxygen, we get a substance called magnesium oxide, MgO. So one question which can be asked from this section is that why magnesium ribbon is cleaned with sandpaper before burning in air. You can see in the first point they have written that clean the magnesium ribbon with sandpaper. But why magnesium ribbon is cleaned before burning with sandpaper only? So magnesium ribbon is cleaned before burning in air to remove the basic layer of magnesium oxide, which prevents further oxidation of magnesium. In the piece of magnesium or in the magnesium ribbon, one layer of magnesium oxide is already present, and that is basic in nature. So what we this magnesium oxide will not allow the magnesium to burn properly. So what we have to do, we have to clean that magnesium oxide with a layer with the help of a sandpaper. Then the magnesium will easily burn in the presence of oxygen and it will form magnesium oxide again, right? Okay. Now one more experiment which we have over there is activity number 1.2. So in this, what we have to take? We have to take one test tube, and in that test tube we have to take lead nitrate, PbNO3 whole 2. This is the formula of lead nitrate. Okay. And after that we have to add potassium iodide in it. And what do we observe? Means in our test tube we have to add lead nitrate and some amount of potassium iodide. We will observe that a yellow precipitate of lead iodide is formed. A yellow precipitate of lead iodide will be formed in that activity. Okay, now let's come to activity number 1.3. This activity is important from your exam point of view, and also this diagram is also important. So in this activity, what you have to take one flask. This is the flask. In that you have to take some zinc pieces, that is zinc granules, and you have to add some dilute sulfuric acid to that, right? And you have to put one tube, like glass tube, and you have to close the mouth of the flask with the help of a cork. When zinc will react with dilute sulfuric acid, one gas will be liberated, and the name of the gas is hydrogen gas. Right? So whenever a zinc or any other metal reacts with an acid, hydrogen gas is liberated. Right? So one question which is asked from this experiment is that which gas is evolved when zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, and the name of the gas is hydrogen gas. Whenever zinc will react with dilute sulfuric acid, hydrogen gas is liberated. And what is the reaction which is involved in this experiment? Zn plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2. Zinc will react with sulfuric acid H2SO4 to form ZnSO4 plus H2. Hydrogen gas will be liberated. Salt plus hydrogen gas. You have to remember that whenever a metal reacts with an acid, we get salt plus hydrogen gas. We get salt plus H2 gas. Right. Now let's have some factors which determine a chemical reaction. Means how we will know that a chemical reaction has taken place. So for that we will discuss some points which are given in your NCERT textbook. So let's have a quick look on those topics. Okay, so let's discuss the factors which determine the chemical reaction. The first one is change in state. For example, let's write one reaction H2 plus O2 give us H2O. So hydrogen and oxygen both are present in the gaseous state, but we know that H2O water is present in the liquid state. So in this we can see that gaseous substances are changed into liquid substances after a chemical reaction. So this represents the change of state, right? Change in color. Second point is change in color. For change in color, we can take the example of rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. So you know that when iron or any other substances, when they are new, they are very shining in nature, but after rusting their color has changed. The piece of iron will change into brownish in color, reddish brown in color, because of the process of rusting. So when chemical reaction will take place, change in color will also occur. Change in temperature. So for change in temperature, we can take the example of quicklime quicklime added to water to form slaked lime. Okay, calcium oxide. When calcium oxide will react with water, it will give you calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole 2. Along with that, you will get large amount of heat is liberated in this reaction. So when this reaction will take place, the reaction mixture will become hot and large amount of heat is also liberated. So in this case, we can say that change in temperature will also occur when chemical reaction will take place. Evolution of a gas, already we have seen in the above experiment that when metal will react with any acid, hydrogen gas will be liberated, right? So these are the factors which determine a chemical change. Also sometimes what happens that precipitate is also formed in the reaction, as we have seen in activity number 1.2. When lead iodides, one second, yeah, when lead nitrate reacts with potassium iodide, we get a yellow precipitate of lead iodide. So this factor also determines about the chemical reaction. Okay, and the next topic which we are going to read is chemical reactions. So what are chemical reactions? Now we came up with the main topic of this lesson, that what is a chemical reaction. So chemical reaction is a process in which two or more substances react to form a new product. For example, we have two substances A plus B. They both are reacting to give us a product AB. So in this case, we can see that two substances are reacting together to give us a new product, that is AB. So this is a chemical reaction. So whenever substances combine together and we get a new product, that is called a chemical reaction. For example, reaction of zinc with sulfuric acid, as we have read in the activity number 1.3. In this we are getting ZnSO4 plus H2. So in this you can see that we are getting a new substance, zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Also we have read that magnesium burns in the presence of oxygen to give us magnesium oxide, MgO. So this is also a chemical reaction. Next, what is a chemical equation? So I hope you all have understood what is a chemical reaction. Whenever substances react or combine together to form new substances, that is called a chemical reaction. And what is chemical equation? Symbolic representation of chemical reaction in the form of symbols and formula is called a chemical equation. When we represent chemical reaction in the form of symbols and formula, that is called chemical equation. If any of the reaction, if you represent in the form of symbol and formula, we call it as chemical equation. For example, Mg plus O2, they give us MgO, magnesium oxide. So this is a chemical reaction, and always reactants are written on the left hand side and products are written on the right hand side. Remember this thing. And one arrow separates the reactants from the products. Reactants are written on the left hand side, products are written on the right hand side. And if we write the same reaction in the form of word equation, we can write magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. So this is the form of word equation and this is the form of a chemical equation. So I hope you people have understood till here, and also in your ninth standard you have learned how to write the formula of the chemical compounds. For example, we have to write the formula of zinc carbonate. Suppose you want to write the formula of zinc carbonate. For writing the formula of zinc carbonate, you should know the symbol of zinc, and also you should know the symbol of carbonate, and the valency on zinc in +2 and valency on carbonate is -2. So when we have to write the formula, what we can see that the valencies are same, but +5, +2 and -2, they are the opposite. So these +2 and -2 will be cancelled and the formula of zinc carbonate will become ZnCO3. Like that only we have to write the formula of magnesium oxide. Mg plus 2 and O2 minus. So plus 2 minus 2 will be cancelled and we will get the formula of magnesium oxide as MgO. This already you all have learnt in 9th standard. Then also if you have any doubt or you want me to make a separate tutorial for writing for that how to write the formulas of the chemical compound, you can comment in the comment box. Definitely I will make a separate video for that, how we can easily write the formula of the chemical compounds, which will help us a lot to write the chemical equations. At last, as I have already told you when I have given you the overview of the course of class 10th Karnataka Board Science, that I will be providing you some homework also. And the answers of this homework you have to write in the comment section so that I will know that how much you have understood. So first of all, first thing which I am giving you today is that write the formula of hydrochloric acid. I hope you all know the formula of hydrochloric acid, nitric acid and sulfuric acid. Also, you have to write the formula of magnesium oxide. I have already discussed how to write the formula of magnesium oxide and zinc carbonate. On the basis of that, you will write the formula of magnesium oxide and calcium carbonate. So this is the homework for you all. You have to write this homework in the comment section so that I will also feel motivated to make more videos for you all, that if you have a clear concept of everything. So in the next section, we are going to discuss the next topics from this lesson. That is, in the next section, we will see how to write a chemical equation and how to balance the chemical equation. That is also very important topic from this lesson. And types of chemical reactions also we will be covering in the next session, corrosion and rancidity, right? So if you go through these go through the video carefully and give a reading to your NCERT book once. If you have any doubt anywhere in any topic, do comment in the comment section. Definitely I will reply to your doubt. So thank you for watching my channel Science Learning Gateway. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, if you liked this, then please click on the like button and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that whenever I will be uploading a new video, you will get the notification for that. And do share it with your friends also. Thank you for watching.